Good morning and Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you are having a lovely day, however you're spending it this year. So, our advent calendar finishes today, doesn't it? But you should have one last envelope, and that is our Christmas Day set. So should we get opening that? So, confession time. I deleted the opening of the envelope. So, you will have a beautiful red envelope with all your stamps unused. Here's mine, because I've opened it and I've played already. So inside your Christmas Day envelope, you've got the beautiful building blocks, polyplate, some flowers, I've called them simple stem doodles, and our circle, distress circles. Now you'll recognise that one from earlier in our advent calendar, along with these little flowers as well, but this time they've got stalks. So let's have a closer look, shall we? Here is our polyplate. Mine's a little bit grubby, apologies. So you've got the lovely building blocks, and now just imagine our little flowers in there, or our cats peeking out on those as well. That one's going to be really, really useful. We've got our texture stamps, those beautiful circles that are just really, really useful. Instant backgrounds almost with that one. And then we have our flowers. Now apologies, like I say, mine have been used. So you get big, beautiful flower head with its petals, you get a saying, a soul full of sunshine, and then you get these little doodles as well at the bottom. So that is what is in our Christmas Day envelope. So should I show you what we're going to make today? If you want to find out how to make this one, then stick around. And it had a little disaster. Can you tell where? I have got a 7-inch card. I've cut it down, so this one's about 6.5, I think, and I've got some distress inks. So I'm going to start off with, I've got salvage patina and the flamingo one. I'm going to start off with that one. I'm just going to grab a tissue as we go as well. So I'm doing my blue, and I've got my pink. Oops. There we go. And then I've got my blue again. Oops, a daisy. Got dropsies, haven't I? Pink. And then finally my blue again. Just like that. And then I'm going to spritz it. And I actually want to try and keep this. I know, don't laugh. I want to try and keep it quite neat and tidy, so to minimise inky pinkies I'm just going to give my poly mountain a bit of a wipe over, and then I'm going to pop it on here. I'm going to move it over slightly. There we go. And just lift that up. Wonderful. And I just need to get that dry now. So that's all dry now. I've got my circle ready, so I'm going to start off with, I think, the blue, so the salvage patina. I'm going to stick with my same colours. I'm just going to do 1, 2, not sure how many ink's going to be left on this. Oh, enough. And 3. That one's going to be quite pale. Oh, almost invisible. Then we're going to do the same again with our pink. So this time I'm going to start down here. So 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So we've got a nice little background going on. So we've got that lovely background. I've picked up the big stamp to start with. I'm going to just, I think I'm just going to curl its stalk the other way, stalk stem. So I'm going to pop that going that way, like that. Let's get this inked up. Just going to place that one there, or thereabouts. Oh, I've got my finger stuck underneath my poly mount then. There's that one. And then I want my other flower. I'm going to do the same with this one. I think I'm going to give it a bit of shaping. So I'm just holding it onto my poly mount and then popping its stalk where I want it to end up. Now, just be careful when you're pulling it in different angles. Obviously, it's not the way your stamp wants to go. So when you pull it, just make sure all of that backing is nice and secure. Otherwise, you might end up with a little bit sticking off and marking where you don't want it to. So I think that one is going to go. Come on, just around a little bit more. Just like that, I think, so that my flower heads aren't overlapping. Let's just get this one inked up. Oops. Oh, see, not flat enough. I don't think we'll be able to get that flat there. Oh, it will. If I stamp it quickly. I'm just going to go like that. Oops. There we go. So we've got our two little flower stamps on there now. I'm going to move this to one side because I need my leaf and my flower head. And I could have really done with stamping the other one off me one from before. There you go. So I'm just going to ink up my flower head and my leaf. And then I need my other one back because I forgot to stamp its flower head. See, and now when I take that off, my stamp goes back to the way it was before. So it doesn't matter that it's been curled on the stamping block. As long as you lift it off and relax it as soon as possible, it will be fine. I'll pop that one back on my stamp set. I'm trying to be good here. Just grab that one and I just literally need the flower head. I'm not worrying about the leaves on this one because I'll just colour them in. It's just this big flower head. There we go, and then I'm just going to get this dry now with my heat gun. So those are all dry now. I have grabbed a few colours, so I've got a green for my leaves, I've got an orange and a yellow. So I'm going to start off with the yellow and get colouring these in. So I've got all these cut out now. You can see how this is going to start to look. I'm going to give them a little bit of shaping as well on here. You can see they all go on here. Now, can't decide if we're going to have our little sentiment down at the bottom here. Can't decide if we're just going to use some of these little doodles up in this. No, we're going to leave it as is. I think that would be a bit too much, wouldn't it? So let me find my stamping block. And we will get stamping our little saying on the bottom. So, a soul full of sunshine. Because they're very happy flowers, these, aren't they? Well, oh no! Disaster. Okay, I could have started again from scratch, but I'm not going to, because I want to show you this doesn't have to be a disaster. Feels like one, I'll admit that it does feel a bit like one, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm going to restamp my sentiment without dropping it this time, though it doesn't really matter on this piece, does it? I'm going to pop that on there. Can't believe I got the dropsies. Always a way to fix it. I'm just going to dry this with my heat gun. So I've trimmed down my Soul Full of Sunshine into this little strip. I'm wondering whether we can, and we should be able to. I'm thinking we're just going to stamp this across the bottom like so. I might need to trim this down. I think I will trim that down. So yeah, I'm going to trim that down a little bit, I think, but we're going to stamp it first. I'm going to start off with this bit. I was just starting to think it was all working nicely, and then kaboom, I go and drop it. So I'll pop that one there. I'm going to ink this up again. Just like that. So then that's going to come over there like so. Yes, we've still got a little bit, but I'm not worrying too much about that. Oh, actually, so I've just started to knock back my little dropsy with my white pen. I'm gonna have to go over that a few times. It has taken some of the ink away, but not all of it, so I need to do that again. This is going to go on here. I'm thinking we might do it with a little pink background, and I'm going to colour this in using our inks. So I need my inks that we had earlier. So I'm going to start off with my flamingo. I'm going to move that up there. I'm just going to start painting this in. So it looks like we're meant to decorate this bit. Not that I dropped a stamp on it. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my salvage patina. Pen's too wet, my paintbrush is too wet for that. I'm just going to add a little bit around the edge here. There we go. There we go, and then I'm just going to take my white pen back over that again, just to knock it back again, because I think it's going to be dry. There you go, I've just found a little strip of pink card, which we'll pop on there. And we might make it look a bit fancy dancy on the end. I think so. Just like that. I need to trim it down a little bit as well. So let's make this a bit narrower. I'm not sure if I need to trim my white bit down as well. But we'll figure it out in the end. That bit off the edge. and then we're going to make this a very fancy dancy end on here. So I'm just going to pop it up to the edge like so. I don't normally do bits like this, but needs must. And then we're just going to trim in. And then, oops, a daisy, I moved it, that's not good. And I'm going to trim in again on this side. And then when I move it back, it should all be beautifully lined up. And even though my point isn't right in the middle, there we go, down that can go on there. Oof, we're getting there, we're getting there. Right, might as well use every stamp in these stamp sets, haven't we? I'm just going to grab this one. I don't know whether we're going to have enough room. Move all that up there, out the way in case I drop anything else. Let's grab our little, it's going to be very tight, but that's okay, we can do it. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to go with my grey. I'm not going to do my black, I'm going to do my grey. And there we go, and then we just need to do, oops, I've had dropsies and now I'm probably going to end up with inky pinkies as well. Yeah, pop that down there. Right, we're getting there. We are. I think I'm saying that to reassure myself. Let's get this back over here. Let's see if we can recover on here. We've got a little bit of sunshine like so. I don't want to put one on the top, but I'm starting to think I might need to. No, I'm going to leave it just like that. I am going to have one last go over this with my white pen though, because it's not dry. I'm going to dry it first and then go over it with my white pen. Right, so we're going to start getting this card together. I think it's as good as I'm going to get it without starting again. So we're going to pop this one on here. I'm going to use my foam tape. So, got that bit on there. I'm going to go flat matting with this one. Let's grab my glossy accents. Whilst I've got my glossy accents, I'm also going to do my little antennae bits on them. There we go. I should have done this bit before I stuck it on. Whoopsie. Definitely a whoopsie card, this one, isn't it? I'll pop that there. I'm just going to mark where I need to cut it. Would have been easier if I'd have done this before. There we go. Let's pop that on there. Just going to trim that down. There we go. Then I need to stick this one flat because, well, you don't want any of that peeking out, do you? Oops, can't can't see the bits I'm trying to line it up on. There we go. Pop it down a little bit so you can't see that little bit. There we go. Right, and then we just need to now start popping some foam tape on here. Well, that was probably one of the hardest cards I've done in a long time. Not only did I drop my stamp, but yeah, it was a card of many issues. However, there you go, it's finished, and you've got to be really, really close now to see its little whoopsie. So, disaster card on Christmas Day. What more could we ask for? Well, I hope you've been enjoying our advent calendar, and I hope your cards didn't turn out a disaster like that one. We will still have some videos for the next couple of days, and we'll be back live on the 28th with our final advent calendar live for this year. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.